Welcome to the Rich Barber Mixtape. I'm Chuka the Barber, and I'll be doing a voiceover on this particular tutorial. And this is a step-by-step. This is the perfect fade. I shot this video about 3, maybe 4 years ago, and I never dropped the tutorial. I never put it out. So it's here now on the Rich Barber Mixtape Volume 3. And just like the classic taper on Volume 2, I feel like this is a cut that every barber should master. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you my technique and how I do it. Alright, so start off by just combing out the hair, getting it nice and loose, combing out all the curls so that when we start cutting it, it lays down smooth. Okay, now I'm going to use the Andis Masters. I'm starting off with a 1/8 guard on it, and I'm going with the grain. Now when I want to keep hair dark and keep waves, I always start off with a bigger guard, and I trim it with that, and then I'll put on a smaller guard afterwards to really actually lower it a little more. But if you go with a short guard and you go right into it, a lot of times you can just cut it down too low from the beginning. So start with a bigger one, then take it down to another guard, the smaller one. And also, if you start with the smaller guard first too, it could leave like patches or it look like patches. So start with the bigger one and then gradually work your way down. Now I got no guard on there. I got the lever all the way open, and I'm laying down the tip of the hairline area so that when it's time to line them up, it's easy and it does it sharp. Balding clippers, creating my first guideline. I'm gonna keep the guideline kind of low because I want to stretch this fade out. I really want the blend to be really like clean, perfect, and just smooth. And so I'm gonna stretch this fade out. Now I got the Fat Masters. Now with these, all I'm doing in this video is just trimming down the bulk of the hair. I didn't actually use it for the fade or anything like that. But so I removed some of the bulk, and then now I got the Masters, the regular Masters, and levers all the way closed. And I'm gonna begin blending. Now all I do is blend out the first guideline, make sure I remove that line, and start creating a new one, and blend my way up. This is my technique. I prefer to blend this way, especially like with fades and these type of cuts and stuff like that. So take what you think will work for you and try it out. See if it improves your blends. Small adjustment, and just removing that guideline and creating a new one. Now if you decide to adopt this way of blending, then you always want to start your blends like low so that it gives you room to really like make the adjustments and stuff like that, as far as like getting comfortable with how much you should take each guideline up. But once you kind of nail it, get it down, and you nail it, then you'll kind of have more of an idea. But I recommend starting like low at first and giving yourself room to blend this way. Adjusted the lever a little bit, and we're taking it up a little bit more. The first couple adjustments with the lever are going to be really small, and then as you work your way up the lever, then you can stretch it out a little bit more. But you want to make sure that you see it blending from one guideline to the other. You don't want to see no line when you're going up, so always make the adjustment with the blade if you still see that line there. Another adjustment about halfway through now, and just working my way up, making sure that it blends before I go to my next adjustment. make sure you touch up the work before you adjust to the next adjustment on the lever. That way you don't have to backtrack. So now I'm going with another adjustment and I'm just working my way up some more. You can see the transition, the blend is really tight. And it doesn't look like there's much of a transition blend now, but as the blend comes together and you finish it off at the top, you'll see like a nice clean transition. Another adjustment, taking the blend up a little bit more. I'm adjusting it all the way open, taking the blend up a little more. That's it. I'm gonna throw on a 1/16 guard and we're gonna blend the fade part into the top bolt. So now I start with the lever all the way open and now I'm gonna work my way down. So all the way open and I'm gonna take the blend up. Now I'm adjusting it halfway and I'm just working my way down. So I'm going a little lower than I did with it all the way open and just working my way down. Now I'm gonna close the lever some more, almost all the way, and this will blend it all together with the bottom blend that had no guard on it. And most of the time, almost all the time, you could blend the no guard into the 1/16 guard together real good just by starting with the guard lever all the way open, halfway closed, and then closed. It usually blends. Now I got the 1/8 guard on there and I'm gonna blend it into the top of the hair. So lever all the way open. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with the 1/16. Lever all the way open, then halfway closed, and then closed, and I'm just working my way down with each adjustment of the lever. Make sure to always go like against the grain too with the hair to get a cleaner, smoother cut, especially back here in the cowlick area where the hair curls around and stuff and usually lays sideways. And you can see we got a nice clean blend. Now we're gonna hit the line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my masters and just make sure I got it laid down nice and clean around the hairline area. And now I'm gonna get the T outliners with the modified blade on them and I'm gonna start to line them up. Alright. Now, if you're not familiar with modified blades, you have to work with it. There's no substitute. It's just overall like great, better performance, sharp lines, closer shaves. And it's a game changer. You can modify the blades yourself in 1 minute with the 1 minute blade modifier. You get that right here on the website, and I'm pretty sure we got a promotion going on with this video, so check that out and step your game up with your trimmers, man. You will not be disappointed. So when I bald people out with the wall balding clippers, what I do afterwards is I always make sure I go back with my T outliners to get it a lot more closer. And because with the balding clipper, it's not going to take it as low as it is with my trimmers, because these, of course, they're modified blades, so it's going to have a closer shave too. So if I did it with these, it's going to be hard to get the line out. So I do it with the balding clippers. It's easier to get the line out. It doesn't slow me down, and then I just clean up with the T outliners with the modified blade. So same thing on this side. I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I did on the other side. The only difference now, because I blended half at a time, is when I get to the back. You want to make sure that you continue to blend all the way through, go all the way to the other side. That way you blend it into the other half smoothly, all right? So you want to always work your way all the way around, but just watch this. This is like basically the recap. Program it in your mind. That way when you go and you do it in real life, it's more programmed there, and it's you can apply it easier. So I'm gonna let you watch this and pay attention to how I blend it all the way in the back to the other side, so that it transitions smoothly with the other half of the blend. other half of the lineup, and I'm gonna just bring it over and connect it with the other side. Just make sure that line tight. You can see how these trimmers is hitting with the modified blade on there. Nice, crisp, sharp lines, okay? So usually when I do half and I do the other half, I connect it, and then I usually gotta do a little touch up, you know, to get the line like, with the right, what is it called? Symmetry, that's the word for it. A little final touch-up work. Remember, detail is everything, man. So go the extra mile, do a little detail work to really make your shit pop and stand out from the crowd. All right, it's the final cut. Here's the pictures. It's a perfect fade, man. Look at the blend. And man, master this. This is a critical, classic, always a be around cut. So you gotta master it. All right, peace. I'm out. Chuka the barber.